Yo, what's going on, guys? I'm Sam. Welcome back to another video. So I woke up today to some interesting news on the MacBook Pro. Like a week and a half before Apple's massive worldwide developers conference on June 3rd, they announced new MacBook Pros out of the blue. Now, the updates aren't gigantic. There's no new screen sizes or anything too exciting. But what has changed is the processors inside are 8th and 9th generation Intel. They're going to be crazy fast, a lot faster than the previous generations. And Apple thinks that after 4 attempts, they may have finally nailed the MacBook keyboard and made it so it doesn't break on everybody. So if you guys are excited to see if that's actually true, drop a like down below, and of course hit subscribe down below so you don't miss out on any future news. So design wise, these new MacBook Pros are the exact same as the 2018, as the 2017, as the 2016. The only main change is in the keyboard. Now look, feel, sound, that is supposed to be identical, but Apple claims that with these MacBooks, they have told TechCrunch that they have reinforced the materials used in the butterfly mechanisms so that they are significantly less likely to break or get stuck or to do the double type or no type issues that the MacBook Pros have been plagued by since Apple redesigned them in 2016. It's kind of crazy that for a company as big as Apple, right, 3 years later, they still haven't fixed a problem that has been going on predominantly since 2016, and maybe in this fourth iteration, four tries to get this right, maybe they'll nail it down. I'm definitely going to be picking one of these up to check it out, so stay tuned for that. To be fair though, Apple also thought they fixed it completely the past 2 times, so now we're on like try 3 to fix the original keyboard, I think, and we'll just have to see if that's actually true. Where the main beefiness of the MacBook Pro update, beefiness, that sounds really uncomfortable actually. The big takeaway for today's update, aside from the keyboard though, is the processors inside. Because the screen is the exact same and the flash storage is the exact same and pretty much every other aspect of these laptops is identical to last year, the processors inside are not. There are now 8th and 9th generation Intel processors on the inside, boasting either double on some models or like 40% faster performance, which is pretty crazy to just throw those numbers out there. So generally with everyday use, you're not going to be seeing those insane numbers, but if you need extra power and you've been waiting to buy a MacBook Pro, they just got updated. They're not going to be updated again for at least 11 or 12 months. The update prior to this came out in July. We saw these in May, so it's been about 10 months, but now's the time to buy if you're in the market for a MacBook Pro. Now I want to tell you guys pricing and configurations for them. So starting off with a 13-inch MacBook Pro Touch Bar, this is probably a model a lot of you are going to be looking at. If you're doing any video or photo editing, I would recommend the 15-inch, but for the 13-inch for $17.99, same pricing as last year, you're getting a 2.4 gigahertz quad-core 8th gen Core i5 from Intel Iris Plus Graphics 655. Those are never too good. Again, if you're doing any like intense photo or video editing, I would recommend going up to a more expensive model. 8 gigabytes of RAM, 256 gigabytes of storage, and then obviously, you know, Retina display with True Tone, Touch ID, Thunderbolt ports on the 13-inch. Moving up to the 15-inch, starting at $23.99. Again, identical pricing to how it was last year. You're getting a 2.6 gigahertz 6-core 9th generation Intel Core i7. So definitely more power there. Radeon Pro 555X with 4 gigabytes of video RAM, and then also 16 gigabytes of normal RAM and 256 gigabytes of flash storage. But for the biggest upgrade across the board, you're going to want to jump up to the $27.99 15-inch MacBook Pro, and inside of that is the 9th generation 8-core Core i9 processor, 2.3 gigahertz. That is going to be incredibly powerful, and I'm interested to see how the MacBook Pros handle heat management. Like, remember that scandal last year when they came out and like it couldn't get those speeds initially because there was no way to cool it? Let's see if it can handle it this year. Honestly, the upgrades this year are not that crazy, and we had heard previously that a new 16-inch MacBook Pro with like a complete redesign would be coming. That is not these computers. In the meantime, we've got these upgrades which are like sort of a band-aid for the MacBook Pro. I've said like in my review last year, I haven't been wowed by a MacBook Pro in probably 6 or 7 years now. The keyboards have been wonky. The processing power just, I feel like, isn't that good for what you pay, which is so frustrating when you're paying $1,800 to $2,400 for one of these. And I feel like Apple just needs to focus on making them seriously good instead of doing these like little tiny upgrades here and there. Obviously, the new processors here are the main story. That's really good. And obviously, if you have had keyboard issues and you don't want to worry about that, I guess you should trust Apple for a fourth time to fix it. But again, if you are in the market for a MacBook Pro, you've been waiting on a refresh this year because you knew they were due for an upgrade, they're out now and they are going to be available in Apple stores later this week. And and I believe shipping to customers later this week as well. Also based on this, I would say we probably shouldn't expect any hardware from Apple, although maybe a tease of the new Mac Pro at WWDC. They easily could have released this on June 3rd when they had their conference, and they did it about a week and a half just to, I don't know, I guess save room on stage for announcements software-wise at WWDC. Let me know your guys' thoughts on this down below. Are you going to be picking up a new MacBook Pro? Do you think the upgrades here are enough for you to make the purchase? Are you even going to trust Apple again to get the keyboard right? Either way, that's the story of the new MacBook Pro, and I wanted to tell you guys all about it. That's all for this video. WWDC just around the corner, so stay tuned for that. Drop a like if you enjoyed this. Hit subscribe for more. I've been Sam. Hope you're doing well, and catch you all in my next video.